More than 5 decades ago, Dr. T. James Kennedy looked at a growing city and church and asked, what if there was a school dedicated to both academic excellence and faith formation, committed to raising up children to make a kingdom impact? In 1971, that question was answered with the founding of Westminster Academy. Soon after, another question arose. What if that school were to start without a building?
When WA opened, I was in the 4th grade, and I remember classes were held at both the racetrack in Pompano and in a hotel just north of the current property. A few years later, I recall my dad, Dr. Kennedy, talking about his vision for expansion, including that hotel, even while the school was still being established.
As the school grew, so did the need to acquire more space. This led to fervent prayer and another question.
What if we could purchase the hotel property next to our campus? I recall being asked in the late 1980s to join a team of parents in prayer for that exact opportunity. We prayed as we walked around the hotel that this request might come to fruition, but mainly we prayed for God's will and timing. We asked God to open doors that we could not. It was an act of faith, believing that what seemed impossible then might one day become a reality. In Lamentations, it says, "The Lord is good to those who wait for Him." And it was during this period of waiting that God provided our expansive West Campus, which became one of the best athletic facilities in South Florida.
Throughout the years, inquiries were made into the acquisition of the La Quinta Hotel property. All met with silence. As we approached the celebration of our 50th anniversary, a new question emerged.
What if God allows Westminster Academy to continue for another 50 years? And what would the campus look like? The answer was the next chapter, a comprehensive, multi-phase site plan that is now a roadmap for future development. The design best stewards what God has entrusted to us and prepares the way for generations to come.
Westminster Academy has been blessed through a series of what-ifs, and in conversation about the school's future, one resurfaced.
What if we revisit the idea of acquiring the hotel property just to the north? Our Family Charitable Foundation supports WA, and we were discussing the Next Chapter campaign. So I asked Dr. Satterlee, would it be okay for me to inquire about purchasing the hotel even though it was not listed for sale? And he agreed. As it turns out, it was God's perfect timing because the hotel was facing significant capital expenditures to update it to current standards, which they did not want to do. This opened the door to discuss the acquisition. From there, Dr. Satterlee and the WA School Board made it happen. And the rest is history.
As we took our first steps, I asked several former WA board chairs what they would do if given this opportunity. All affirmed it was a long-desired goal pursued throughout our history. This property has been part of the WA story from the beginning and is now a big part of our future. More than a real estate transaction, this acquisition is a generational opportunity that is part of the next chapter of a story only God could write. To God be the glory, great things He has done.